dive a little
Out
bit
here
more.
robbing
The
a
team Liquid
paycheck.
have on the Raze Euro side.
Okay, Koi on
we see
defense.
globally, though,
Liquid
the
on
Euro
attack.
solo with the Potato Breach being more popular elsewhere.
Yeah,
like
the
it,
comp change. It's like the
This is a lot of pressure now.
who's that guy with the
to do this in this map
the
is not
football
gonna be
commentator
easy.
who like misses the red
But
card.
as the desk was saying,
That was literally Mini
out
there.
there socializing.
Comp change, must have missed that. Chris Kamara, that's it.
I'm a professional.
I've heard there've been a comp change Mini. Has there?
As the desk was saying,
Must
though,
have missed
Quake
that
did
one.
look more competitive in that map one, right? They are building back into this.
Crazy.
They've shown signs of
Okay.
life. This is
We've got
a hard
smoke to
game.
block, vision
Quake
over
now
towards
gonna be
middle.
on
They
the
take
defending
vents
side
early
here, leaving Liquid on
and
the attack.
Yeah, immediately Team
Wait.
Liquid taking middle this
Did
early
not see
against
him?
Viper's great
Okay.
set,
Belting shot as well. Nats.
but not so good on the ramp side.
No. So he's been found, but this crunch scares the life out of me here.
I do like Koi taking this B main space.
yeah,
This
that's
is
nice from
something that
Koi
we
here.
saw
Lose middle, take B main.
but Fnatic doing a lot and having
All
success
gonna
with
come
so far
down
the split.
to how late does Serial hold
Kind of you
this.
isolate the split, taking this duel.
Serial,
very
he's got so
nice.
much on his plate, right? He does go down. Grubino's there to claim it, so that's exceptional for them in that 2v1. It looks like Hiko wants to find an answer back by pushing the extremity here. Nice for him. Does
gets
need
a
to
kill, he
overstay
gets a
his welcome,
nade.
but he wants
Oh,
to.
boy.
And maybe that's
There's a
why.
nade.
Huge damage now, and Philo has to readjust his course. They know where the other two were initially. They'd seen them over towards main, and that cross is being watched. Camo with a great shot, Flyer with better. It's all
Two
down
bullets.
now to, well,
My
a
goodness.
1v1. Camo up against Flyer, who's low. His HP's only down on 10, and Camo trying to toy with the timing here. The timing is
Oh
on his
boy,
side.
3v5. How did they win
Started right
that?
with the
3-0
first.
for pistols.
Unfortunate for Koi. I think that Kiko was the reason that Team Liquid was able to push that round over the edge. I liked what I saw from both teams this round, to be honest. I think both had good ideas. We saw the quick reactions from both. So we could be on for a good game.
Enemy remaining.
Fingers crossed. We'll see. Going into this though for Koi.
Okay, go for the
we
FPX. They're
don't
allowed
know
2
really the
deaths,
depth of
free
it, right? This is not
rifles.
something we've seen particularly often. So
Yeah, I think that's the context. Is Team Liquid are one of the best teams in the world at this map. Not just EMEA, but I think globally.
Yep. So there's tape there, right? There's a lot of tape to be watched. They can prep for this, and Koi get to come in kind of the unknown quantity, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a slam dunk win. It's still very hard. Nat's luck did get identified though, which is good. That's part of the checklist, right? You're playing up against Liquid in these scenarios. You're gonna know he's gonna be going walkabouts. This time around,
Okay,
he's gonna
pressure
have
over
friends
towards
coming
B.
over, though.
Yeah, and Koi already gambling towards the A side of the map,
Ooh.
which is good. I wonder what Camo is doing outside B though. Maybe gonna create. a
He's setting up his
distraction or
TP.
fake,
He
but
wants
there's
he
no one
wants to
there
end over towards A.
buy.
5% stack might actually get a lot.
So I
Let's
wonder
see.
if Camo rings
Depends
the alarm bell when he gets
how
out
much
B
info he
completely free, and if they
gets
continue like
and
this,
then
Spike
calls
is the
them back.
contact,
Okay,
and
this
yeah,
is
the
nice from
alarm bell gets
Liquid
rang.
though.
Something
This is a
feels
good
off.
example of
Camo's
human
made it
drone.
this far with zero
Right, with the
pressure back.
ghost.
That's enough of a problem.
Yeah, I call that the Benji Fishy. That's Benji Fishy's Heretics approach down to Ecos, walks out with a ghost. Boys, they're not here. Come back to me. Or he just kills them all with the ghost. The other
Either
half
or.
the time.
Yeah, so this should at least facilitate a plant. They've got a lot of security on space here. Camo not only
30
checking
seconds
quite
left.
deep towards CT then, but also now positioning up towards heaven. 25 seconds, but no issues when it comes to timing. They know the red carpet had been rolled out. It's all good. Plants in. And really for
And
Koi,
who gets
what are you meant
the
to do now?
kills?
This
Because
is a tricky
they
one.
got
You
two
don't wanna
people
give
that can
orbs
farm at the
over.
moment.
You don't want to make it too easy for them to build up the
In an
economy off the
ideal
back.
world,
I think you go
do
for it. Use
duelist
Savills
hunt a
and
little
stun.
bit.
Ultimately, the orbs are going to be transferred either way anyway. Just try and make sure it's not someone too useful.
See who gets the lion's share. For now, they are waiting. This might be on the back of this. Hello, that's a lot of
Yeah,
players. Well,
there
he
we go.
finally
Gun
found
gets
him.
thrown
Camo was
over.
going walkabout
Patty's
to
maybe
walk
going
out
a
like
little bit too
lifetime
aggro,
here, but it's
to
gonna
my
get
liking.
messy up towards heaven. An opportunity
Yeah,
made,
lost the
and
gun.
Flyer and Grubino now with a little bit of room to work in. The time is going to be low. I think with the util from Serial, with hopefully Nats and some util, there wouldn't be many opportunities. No, there's not. So I'll give it up towards the clock.
Again, it's those little things from Team Liquid that I'm keeping track of. Not just this game, but over the split. Those little lapses of discipline in those rounds. It could have been like a very clean round. Economy got slightly hit there with the kind of unnecessary overpeaks. In this game, it might not matter, but you know, it's almost like poker to some degree. What is the better play? And that was not the better play.
It is interesting because, again, it's always one of those things that only really gets punished in the bigger
Okay,
games.
Patty
to an
takes the
extent,
hit,
right?
but
Like I
honestly,
said, Koi
it's
can be
not the
able to take
worst
that away from
with
you.
him being
We
on
know,
fade.
was it a big issue?
Majority of the time,
No,
there'll
but
probably be a gun down
if
for
you're one
him.
of the teams that are probably going forward
They
into
got
internationals,
vision
you do have to
block,
think bigger
Prowler
scale,
goes
where
out.
teams are very dangerous in those anti-ecos, will always min-max results, at least hopefully.
Wait, what?
But into bonus, it's
Did he
looking
only buy
pretty
one
tasty. Only
Prowler?
Paditech the one down on the Ghost. Everyone else pretty well geared up, and for Koi, it's everything.
Team Liquid just making a little distraction at middle, keeping the 2 players there, and then immediately going to be bursting into B. And they've made
Yeah,
a great
let's keep
call
an
here,
eye
'cause it's
on
quite
Grabinho's flash.
A lot on his plate here. It's so hard to hold from Pillar.
Did he
Grabino doesn't get out in
smoke?
time.
Didn't get
It
time
looks
to
like
use
he
his
has
flash.
found some
He kind
semblance
of
of
messed up a
safety
little bit.
towards
He got
CT.
unlucky with the
There's a
timing, I
lot
will
of
say
bodies
that,
here
but
quickly for Koi.
open
like that's a
plant
little
here,
bit on
big
him.
by Team Liquid. This site is already quite difficult to retake for Koi. Having that open plant means that there could be relurks coming through.
Sticking around here though, you can see where Kiko is. You can see where Paditech is. Ooh, little cubby to play from for Kiko. That is lovely. They are stalling him out.
yeah, palm of smoke.
Unless they get something fast, they're not going to get anything at all. Kiko going to be forced out of his comfortable
That was kinda nice, though.
position. Nice from Soulcast.
Yeah, and
Nice
it'd be
from
nice if that was a
Hero.
bulldog.
Perfect until Nats fights back, but
Okay,
Camo
very,
gets
very nice
cleared.
from Koi.
The flood was
At least he managed to get
exceptional.
out, plays with
Layering of the
everyone
utility, just
together,
uncomfortable to hold,
damage
forcing them away from
close
his
into
positions.
salvos.
And Koi finding the fight back.
Yeah, in terms of the macro game, I think that Team Liquid completely outplayed Koi that round.
It was
But
a-
if
it was a
Koi
good
have
retake.
a nice little set retake, come in, and it's unsuspected by Team Liquid, then they're going to take that.
Beautiful.
Good job. Exactly like we talked about. Good job, okay?
Clearly
Maybe,
had that in
maybe some
mind.
plan, yeah.
Yeah, again though, we've said it, right? Liquid have a lot of tape on them on this map, so if there's any repetition or something that you can identify when you're coming to this
Yeah,
game,
massive
going through those
rounds.
protocols and being rewarded
Whoever
by it
loses
this early
it
on is a huge
forces
confidence
them
boost
down
for
to
Koi as
eco.
well. Tournament life really on the line for them now.
Now, Koi expecting
The retake? No, the
another
retake was really nice.
B-main default from Team Liquid, ready with a trap. Nothing this round. Back to middle for Team Liquid.
They've already slipped ahead of this one. Camo, let's check towards vent. Spots nothing.
Yeah, it's a little bit concerning that Team Liquid get vents so quickly, but in reaction, Koi already have B-main, so it's not like they're just losing space. They are reacting with space of their own.
The one-person fake with the raise into an A split.
But they have no one towards B main.
Yeah,
It
this
feels
is going to
almost
work
like
out
too
kind
much
of
of an
nice
unknown
though. Drone
to
comes
try and
in,
back
they
into
break
it,
it
and bring
early.
out players
That's
funneling through
enough
these
of the
vents.
pressure that they wanted
Very much
from
hoping
B
for this
here.
A approach.
And what is that double rope?
Extra body here,
Sharing
but
ropes.
can he hold what's coming his way? Yeah, Shados opting against it, gonna give up Heaven Control and maybe try and complement the cross. Does Grubino get to live as well? Another question. A
mean,
lot of
that's
pressure, but
pretty
they haven't
cool.
been able to kind of gap close towards
Nay,
it.
dude, look at
Still
his
staying alive
util.
here. The C's fantastic.
These two are getting
but
wrecked on site.
unconfirmed damage now. Grubino still trying to find anywhere to go. Look at the amount of support coming in here. The util absolutely primed. Soulcast
Hey, this is a nice hit though.
Behind the
You
curve
nade
now.
the
Full control in
elbow
play.
and you already have
Next
a
position, the slow lingering death that
fade
Grubino
eye that kind of reveals
is there.
everyone.
Camo gonna
They got a
swap
good
them all
understanding
out.
of the rounds. They use ult to get numbers.
Is normally the name of the game with him. It's gorgeous from Nats.
And needs to
And
stay
that
alive
should
now.
really
Dude, this is a
be
nice round again from
the
Liquid.
round sewn up.
Yeah, gonna be a save here. Needs to be. Economy not great for Koi. Again, this round I think that Koi didn't rotate appropriately. I thought with that B main information, the information
God,
happening around the middle of
Jesus.
the map, I thought they'd be able to get across the A a bit quicker.
Ui, nice shot.
Maybe they don't get the save off.
It is just Soulcast left, and he'd love to keep that Vandal. Don't think they're going to go too far for this, but Nats is considering it. I think Soulcast might be safe. I don't think Paditech can get there in time, though. It should be fine. But still, yeah, kind of talk me
Yeah.
through that one.
Yeah, so sorry, my mind's gone completely blank.
You were discussing the
I was
rotation,
going to the
so you were
next-
hoping they'd kind of rotate in maybe a particular way, but it
Yeah,
felt like
so Team Liquid opened up the middle, got vents quickly. Koi, in reaction, took B main. And usually when you have B main, you feel a little bit more confident that you could rotate away towards A, because reverse clearing that space is very difficult.
Yeah.
We saw it the round before, Serial was by himself. But to Team Liquid's credit, those people on site, on the A site, they were utiled out for like what felt like 20 seconds.
yeah, it was just non-stop.
Okay, so
Going into this,
I'm surprised they managed to actually buy into
Is
this.
gonna be the one suffering, obviously down on the Stinger.
Every single person
kind of
light
at least
on apart from
getting
Grabinho.
Bulldog flag taken
They're
again.
missing
So it's
a
very similar.
little bit of U2 on
Half
Flyer
straight
and
through
obviously
vents.
Gun.
This time around, though, you can see that they have the additional almost.
Dude,
like,
look at how
yes,
far back
default
everyone
hold
is.
towards
Oh
that
my
deep
goodness.
B main space. You still obviously have
Yeah,
Nats
they got a lot of space, but they
holding
can
that
kind of
back A
reclear it
space.
with
And it
this.
just feels like the
Let's
pendulum
see.
swing. You're looking at Nats
1,
now taking a lot
2.
of space on the other side. He's walking up towards A. We've got
Oh
a
my god,
battle
he wants to
breaking
go
out
for
towards
it.
the mailroom.
He
Vila
does have a
trying to go
TP in
walkabout
spawn.
here, and he's been caught. Soulcast that time, very heads up.
This is kind of a nice round from Koi. Just
Koi ready
retake
for
all of the
free
space
kick
with
Fire.
Euro.
Banged out by Panatek.
Oh,
Little late
boy,
on
the
that
shots
one.
are
Kiko
incredible.
already ahead of it, and Liquid making it past all the checks.
Grabino's
all
got a
the
kill
hurdles,
too somehow.
And just an awkward position for Grabino. I love
honestly,
this
didn't mind the
ability
idea
to be
from
so
Koi.
versatile in attack, having this kind of 1-3-1, playing off those extremities, taking that map space, and then it said it felt like they lost out on that A because of Soulcast's
Well,
nice positioning.
really
good
is a rough
timing, and
start
very
for them
heads
though.
up. They went, cool, we can
Got a
pivot over
eco.
towards B. We still have that B main lurk.
Every single
Our
half
B
they've
main
had a
boost
really rough
presence.
start.
We're good to go for it.
Yeah.
Really well done.
Yeah, it's your standard approach to split. And despite the composition having that double dive explosivity if they need it, they're running a more kind of double sentinel approach where you just have the extremities on lock. If you get pressured on middle, you can unlock on the extremities. If the extremities get pressured, you can unlock towards middle. Right now, Team Liquid are taking middle a little bit too easy for my liking. Koi did react with having Filu and Vents,
Yes.
but just the Euro and Vents alone isn't going to be enough to get through, you know, all the util that Liquid
This
can do.
half feels over.
You know, when you got
It's,
a bridge or tail, you're usually thinking about
I mean, it's going to be a
traps.
little
Like,
bit hard.
once they get to vents, is there going to be a stun,
Like a little
tail
set
salvo,
piece. Yeah,
crunch,
yeah, yeah.
Why no
something like
sentinel?
that? I think that
I mean,
would be
most
my
teams will
approach.
have a Cypher or
Soulcast
Viper.
has the tail online. Well, I can see the
You
tail online.
You got to
That's
press
the kind of thing
A
you
with
could do, bait them into the
passive
vents,
pressure, whether
tail
it's
across. I
cages
don't
or
know if
wall,
they'll do that on
and then
their
you're going to have
economy
some way of just
situation. They're a bit low
holding
money.
over towards mid. You don't really need a
option.
sentinel on this map.
But again, it's
But
not
if
like
you're gonna do
Liquid
no
has
sentinel, you
reinvented
have to have
the
a
wheel with
Viper.
this. It's,
No.
it's
That's it.
your standardized 1-3-1.
Pretty much
It's
the
very well
rule.
done the way Liquid are doing it.
Other
There's
teams
plenty
do
of
try and
ways-
cover
I don't
up
say
with
necessarily
like
counter it, but there's
double
a lot of
duelist, double
ways that you
initiator and
can
stuff
get
like that,
around
but
it.
there ends
The
up being
extremity
no
take one of those
passive
spaces
pressure
away,
here
right?
and
We
it
saw that
becomes
earlier on with that
pretty
double
hard.
stack towards B main, or as you said, little trap piece towards middle. There's plenty of options here for Koi, not probably in this round. So it's kind of keep your minds for one coming up.
They also have to be cognizant that ults are coming online for Team Liquid too. They're not
That
going to
is
go
true.
into a slow 1-3-1 default as much and try and take vents early. They'll
Okay,
probably
so
end up prodding
Liquid
out
are
a little
probably
bit and then just
expecting
using
Koi
ults
to heavier hold over towards middle, so they're going to prowl the smoke.
He might be in trouble.
Wait, what are we doing
A
here?
lot of players on this side of the map, actually. 3. The Koi side. And a battle breaks
Hey,
out.
it's a
and
nice shot from
Soulcast find
Soulcast.
Nats,
Do they
but
expect this
quickly
guy on the
traded
left?
in. And
Dude, I was
all the
watching
fight
Paddy
so
the whole
far,
time over towards
waving
mid.
the
I was
banner
kind of
of
playing
Liquid. Ahead
playing
of
with a lot of
fights.
confidence
You're not
against
gonna
an
win out in
eco.
Classics, but it feels like get this round out the way. Let's focus on the one we had that
Damn,
time
with a
out
plant
for.
as well. They really
Get
farmed
ready for
this.
it.
Camo gets ult for next
Even
big
Min Nats in
Byrons.
here, Camo getting the orb. Should get the plant here as well. Ult will be online. Lots of ults for Team Liquid to work with next round.
Which is tough, right, for Koi, because you can, I don't want to say anti what's been happening, but you can have an idea of how you want to approach it, but this then adds a real spanner in the works, because one, Liquid could go completely direct. They could go for a more standard, like, say, okay, let's just go for like a nice A execute, let's, whatever you want to do, there's
Okay,
options there.
very, very
They
convincing
then have the
round.
opportunity now to kind
Let's
of answer back,
see
right?
what they
don't have to
do.
let
Do
this be
these
dictated to
two,
them
when
by
you
Koi.
have
I also
both of
wanna
these, it should be
compliment Team
such an
Liquid.
easy
When they
round.
have these ult strats, it's not like they just
Like
do
the-
one. Like you'll see the Yoru
The
split
fade
that
into the
everyone loves to
Yoru
do,
is
but
just so
they
strong.
also do Yoru
Or at
ults
least
on
Yoru
air.
into
They're
fades.
capable of faking with their ults.
Catch the info, block
So
the sounds.
I like Team Liquid's odds for the rest of this.
So strong.
I'm with you. It feels like the operator's been adding as a little bit of a touch here.
Even the Liquid
Surprised to see
Lotus
it
comp
over
is playable
towards the
long
A
term since
side,
there's loads of
'cause
limited
that's
stuff.
already got
Nah, I don't think
two
it's
other players
limited.
towards it. I was
Having
wondering if
double
maybe they'd
sentinel
pull
when you
something
at least have a
somewhere else.
deadlock, I think you actually have. Your strap becomes crazy. I think deadlock's
I
insane.
don't think are that strong. You know, we saw it
I
work
don't think
well
deadlock's
once,
like
but
easy
how
to
many
anti. I
times
would
can
say it's one of the harder agents to anti, just because there's so many different
Security and
ways of playing,
confidence.
like with your wall.
Now patient round. Letting this one simmer for a second. And there's the ult pop. That's going to be towards middle. Camo.
Okay, here we go.
Formation
Oh,
spots out
they
towards
spot
vents,
one. Do you
and
just want to go
spots out
sight
one
fade
towards
ult?
heaven.
Yeah,
And it
this
looks
guy's
like
getting
the
fade
standardized
ulted for
kind of
sure.
Yoru approach here. And there's the crunch with the util. Grabino, can you live? For now, has to fall away. Eyes turned towards
Okay, we saw the
heaven.
retake
Bit of
earlier
direction
though.
there as well.
And this
Very
time we have
comprehensive.
Soulcaster's ult, which is
Now,
probably going to go
lurk-wise,
here.
you're looking at
We've got a
obviously
lurk
Nats
coming in,
pushed up towards Mailroom.
and
That
they are
is
not considering it.
unforgivable at this point, 'cause it felt like there was some awareness as well from Flyer there, but
Oh, dude, that's the
Soulcast
tail.
trying to come back around. It feels a little bit short-sighted.
How's Flyer doing
But they're
this?
winning out on the gunfights here. Flyer this time takes away a couple more. Kiko, call
Dude,
upon.
Flyer.
One trade, not enough, but Camo! 2-for-1 discount in the end. Philo and Grabino punished. Liquid, even when the odds are against
Oh
them,
god.
still
Dude,
come
have
away with
Koina
the
won
round.
this after
Yeah,
after he flies on everything in heaven.
Side, but they do keep coming in with
It's close.
firepower.
Yeah.
But I would argue that Team Liquid there, I don't think Nats should be lurking when he's got a Viper ult.
Fair.
Use that Viper ult for the site when we got the plant
Oh
down.
man, he was coming over with the ult there as well.
And then also this
Doesn't
open
think he
plant,
should be. He doesn't think he should be
Team Liquid
lurking
could
there.
just play
I think he
safe
should be
and
lurking there.
re-lurk later. Don't need to be stuck in that room that early.
Well, this is where the problems really start to begin.
Because I think if you ult on site, you're not just going to eat the ult at one point.
This is a
I think you have to have clear vision.
This is a lot on the line for Koi. This is everything that they've been going through would have been to make a fight for this one.
This is old school approach to the Viper ult, using it in a space where it doesn't actually get you the site, but puts a ton of pressure on the defense.
Okay, double block of vision. So there's constant pressure here and here, where they could have lucked out too, especially the box.
Really passive hold towards middle as well. That's what, camo? This is, yeah, really interesting.
So like they want to fake the extremities a little bit, it seems like. But
And then they drop the ult with a bit of pressure over towards A to make it look like they're A hitting.
It feels like it, but this contact hit might have worked, at least for the find on flyer, but Rubino's able to control.
Honestly, the idea is not
How's
too
he losing
bad.
that one? I thought that was his everyday of
I
the
think they
week.
probably have to wait like
This feels
2 extra
really
seconds.
disjointed, but it's actually rewarded Liquid. Just
And
kind of
the idea's kind of
staying
cool.
Off the back of the drop of the Viper's Pit feels bizarre, but just the element of surprise enough. And now Shalos and Soulcast both have ults, but is this the time to use them? Let's see. Camo drifting in no
Yeah,
man's
this is the
land.
ult we were going to see earlier.
biggest flank
Yeah,
ever.
but what
He's
is
already
this?
close.
They
Ooh.
thought
Ooh.
about that? I don't know.
Nah, they thought about
Maybe
this.
Valorant. Yeah, that is wild. Serial now. Pressure's on. 1v2. They're already out. They're already on site. Oh my god.
Oof.
I thought
32
they had another
HP.
one, but no.
They just
Koi
win a rounds.
finally
And you got
tipping it into
4
their
people
favour
they need
after
to
what
rebuy.
felt like these retakes were just
I still
not
think the
going
idea
their
from
way.
Liquid is kind of good.
So I think the approach from Team Liquid there, I think they kind
Let's see
of
what-
fumbled what was supposed to be a nice idea, where they used the Viper ult on B, and then Patty Tech was supposed to make all
Yeah.
the noise on A and make it seem like
But
I'm
then
on
they-
A,
then
and
they
Nats
got-
drops the ult
then they
to
went too
make
fast
it
over
feel
towards
like,
B.
oh, we're going A.
Yeah.
But it didn't quite work, but then still worked. So idea okay. Nice retake there from Koi.
Idea, okay. Participation.
Idea was decent, execution poor.
Yeah, they just went a little bit too
Hanging
fast,
on
that's it.
sat here with
Yep.
Koi.
Okay, they gotta get the
reactionary
judge
they
out.
wanted for, waiting for that ideal scenario. You can see Soulcast for a couple of rounds was trying to find the right time to use it. First one off the rip is going to be Flyer, so that's going to be straight down middle. We were talking about addressing that
Prowler
mid
goes out
pressure
towards
that
heaven, doesn't
Liquid
spot
were leaning on
anyone.
quite a lot in those 1-3-1s. Looks like maybe that's a solution here, but Camo under scrutiny
Yeah.
has to take the
Well,
get
now
out
they
of
know
jail
there's a
free
heavy
card.
punish over
Back
towards
away.
A, so they
I was
decide
about
to
say,
take
we're
over
not really
towards
seeing
B
too many
main.
of these breach tail kind of crunches or traps, but right there immediately reaction, ramp in control of Koi now. By Koi.
Okay, but so drone
Team
goes
Liquid,
out.
They seem a little bit lost.
This is
right
an
now.
easy call
How
right
do
now.
they approach?
Drone
They
goes out, and you know
that
the drone's most
middle,
likely to
they-
set
they
up
cannot
one,
touch at all.
and
How
then
do
you
they
would
work out
imagine that they would go over
where to go?
towards
Where's
here
the-
heavy. But honestly, it looks like they might hit over
It was
towards
cleared by
B.
Camo, but it felt a little after the fact.
I
there,
think
so
the call's
they won out
wrong
on
here,
those A
personally, but-
extremities, so it feels very directed towards B now. So Gravino's going to be prepared.
Like, I actually think there's teams like
Towards B main, has the help as
Vitality for sure have this protocol where like if
Shalos on the
Les
site,
hears the
but
drone
well.
re-clear
That's
over
dissuaded by
towards
Viper's
A,
Pit, apparently.
he'll just call them back and they just hit A.
Little corner.
Because you know that they've set up one close, which means that they're kind of like a 2-2.
Oh my god.
Or at least the rotate's going to be in heaven and it's weaker on site. 24 seconds, they managed to dodge the ult. It does get back a site, last seen on
A
site.
little bit more time. Flyer, the patience paying off. Takes away Nats now just down to Panitek.
Okay, I wonder if Liquid will do a timeout here. There's like 2 rounds where...
being so impactful in controlling that middle space.
I don't know.
Yeah, control that
I
middle
think something
space, but
different
that
probably should have
retail
happened.
ramp early to get
Round
rid
before,
of
maybe 2 seconds
what Team
longer
Liquid
on the
were
fake.
controlling.
This round
That's very
here,
good.
I feel like you got to call your team back towards A, but...
A little bit disjointed in that mid round, I'd say.
Let's keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Economy weak now for Team Liquid. They do have a little bit. But that Outlaw, it does have 2 targets that you can go for that clean kill.
Looks like it was kind of like a half bite-ish anyway. Puts him down to 900, but
That's
Ooh.
not one.
Oh boy, the
Bino, what are we
nade.
up to? The paint shell.
Oh my goodness. That's perfect. Now they know they clear back his sight or to take space as well. We did see him on the minimap. Doesn't want to go for it. Yeah, they kind of just got to buy some time to get the
Liquid will love this.
like,
That's a plant.
they
It's
got
gonna take
Astra
some
ult as
time,
well
and
if they
Solcast is
want.
gonna invest. Do we get the pre-take going at the same time? Trying to get that crunch coming
It's a
in.
very early use of the
Liquid trying to
tail ult. They didn't really get to do too much off of
Hold
it.
this down for a second. Camo forced forward. You can see the
Oh, boy.
util here. It's not in sort of complementary position.
Keep an eye on the luck all the way
They've
through
got
A.
a decent amount of space now. Kiko spots out 2 here. He's one of the ones with that Phantom.
Buying time for Nats here.
You can see the paranoia down middle. They're already checking on it too. Flyer has a look there, but he doesn't find his target. Nats
Yeah,
does
and
find
Nats
his.
reveals
And away
himself
we
and
go.
he
The
just needs to
pressure
stay
now on
alive
top.
now.
Nats just needs to stay alive, really. He's a nuisance. He's that thorn in the side, and it's lethal as well. Take it down, Solcast, but in Flyer in a
Hit with the
very
fade at
tough
the end.
position.
This
And
is
it all started
a
with that
rough
tag and paint
ult
shot.
though.
It
I
opened
didn't
up
really. It
everything.
was way
Yeah,
too
I was
early.
kind of
It's like tail
planting
ult
the
came
seed of
in.
Criticism about buying an Outlaw against 3 full shields, but it was enough to chip away and have a.
Yeah, the tail ult just.
Perfect.
There was no one close by the way.
Again, Koi in a retake B situation, and on this map, I don't think that's what you want to be leaning into.
Wow. I'm a little surprised they got away with that one almost. That could have been a huge gateway round for Koi to try and keep this scoreline competitive. You know, that 7-5 felt fantastic in map 1, but obviously they only ended on 9 in the end, so you need that buffer here.
Been flanked
They've
every
been
round though. There's been, I mean,
exceedingly
Nats
good
has
at
been
this map.
lurking everywhere, but that's what he
They're finding
does.
these crazy lurks through A all the way around to B as well. You know a team's good at this map if you've done that 3 times, I think, already.
Camo, ult, Filu, ult, mid-walk though for Koi like this.
Yeah, and Team Liquid don't have a Sentinel, so if they wanted to continue
Yeah,
with
this is good.
I'm all for it.
Flyer
Flyer hears steps, but
might have even heard some, but
no
I think
presence
he
mid.
has, because the stack seems to say so.
Comes in. Flyer. This could be everything. It's great towards Nats. They turn, and he's dealt with. Could have maybe
yeah, it
played
might be
the
a little
time
cancel
longer
call
with
here.
a nuisance from the back lines, kind of like Nats was, but now we find on the side and Camo. Devious in approach. A back and forth trade, but it still numbers up for Liquid.
Dude, it's crazy how
Shooting
it's
past
crazy how they
Rubino
win
and
some of these
Fire away.
rounds. They are all on the same page a lot of the time though.
Position, open plan.
Step away. Oh, might catch part attack. Yeah, he does. But the trade.
Yeah, I mean this was a round of non-stop
Liquid very in
trades.
control here.
Yeah, and it felt Koi were completely in control of that round, knew exactly what Team Liquid were trying to achieve, and you feel really bad on defense when you know exactly what.
Yeah, dude, if they
attackers
can't win
trying to
this
do,
round,
you
they're
stacked
just
it and
they're
you still
cooked.
can't beat them. It feels rough.
This back.
What util did Shados
The
have?
trading so good.
Sorry, Patty. I should call for you that he's
I
over.
think this is a must-win round for Koi.
Ah, dude, it's
I-
it's criminal that they can't win
the-
this.
And close rounds feel great in the moment, but at the end of the day, it's only 3 that have been converted for Koi, and the chance is starting to dwindle. And Liquid looking to lock in here. Focus up.
Viper wall gets
They invest the
invested.
ults,
Fade
they
eye
get the
goes in.
information, and away they go. Camo,
Ooh.
so clean. That
You
time
early
outdone.
oi.
Shados rolling back
You
the
early
game.
ult and TP close and Shados goes. I was gonna say like when you play against yours
got
as
a
well,
respawn.
like
Kiko and
heavy
Zero are
priority
gonna
of
be
the
pretty far
Benji
off
Fishy
from
spot
this.
is like a
Boy,
must.
we asked them
Just
to
purely
dig
'cause of the
deep, give us a round to
TP
believe in,
angles
and
that you
maybe
normally
they
go
just found
for.
one. Flyer, don't do this on your own. Please don't lose this. Oh my god,
Oh my goodness. 46 HP got
I'm
kind of
breathing a
close.
sigh of relief
Well,
there.
they got
Koi
4.
Gonna get up to 4.
They got to win a pistol.
4-8. Doable.
Doable.
But
It's not over. It's not
Team
over,
Liquid
Vinny.
are great at this map, and I think they'll be more than happy with 8.
And look, qualification in their mind here to playoffs is on the line. This is what they're fighting for, and they have a very solid.
I mean, yeah, Liquid have just looked very in control on this. All right. You need 2 hours 17 more. Desp, you need another timeout. If that's a thing. Need another tech. Kind of impressive that you nearly made it though. Third map, it's doable, Dasp. Koi are messing up like here at the very least Koi should have got 6. They messed up their tail ult round. They messed up their 3-person stack with 1 person close behind. So that's like 2 rounds that are really bad, and then maybe that would have forced Liquid down to more ecos, so maybe it should have been like a 7. So Koi definitely making mistakes, but again, I think Liquid are like one of the most prep teams every single week at the beginning of games. Very hard to have a good start against them.
Looking ready to go. Give me some hope for Koi. Give me a couple.
Yeah, dude, Sonya, I saw the thumbnail. The thumbnail's funny. Dude, it ended up getting quite a fair amount of views.
Be enough to maybe keep them closing the gap here. I need some
YouTube short you showed the other day is almost 12k on Instagram. Ivy, dude, Ivy, that's nice as well. Respect.
Okay.
Extus, thank you so much. Extus tier 1, thank you so much for that. New member, appreciate you, dude. Thank you for the tier 1.
Mostly an attack side comp. They got the Astra to deal with
pistols at the moment,
explosivity
3 and
Bradwell, but overall,
you're welcome. I appreciate you saying that, mate.
Soulcast, Shados. Set me up something pretty.
Yeah, they need something good. I tell you what though, I'm looking at the minimap, the A hit and there's no one here. It's gonna be a hard retake for Liquid. Let's see how they want to handle this one. Because we've got a free side. They used a lot of util, but oh my goodness, how's that happened? Dude, look at some of the damage done from just pure spams.
Soulcast. I didn't even see that. 15 HP. How long's he got on the util? I'm not too sure. But again, he's
Kiko's nades could be massive, especially over towards elbows, where he did last time. Has to be heaven to do it though, so probably you imagine it's gonna be on Fly's head. Oh, all that.
Kicks in the door. Patitech laying the pathway forward. Kiko follow up. Nice. Filo on the fight back. It's Soulcast.
Here come the salvos, but probably too late. Oh, nice shot. Here come the salvos. Might be too late. I think he falls it.
Oh, nice try, but again, just off on the timing, a split second away.
I mean, the second shot was nice from Soulcast.
But I think I got to praise Team Liquid for choosing the better site to play retake on, in my opinion. And their retakes on A, whenever I watch them, they look very confident.
Yeah, they're very patient as well. Dude, 4-0 pistols. They're unreal at pistols at the moment.
Soulcast, it felt like it was so close, but he was just under so much pressure there. Couldn't get past Serial quick enough to send them in. You can see it. Really close.
Nice, Patrick. Very good call.
Team Liquid, they were even, to praise them, I gotta praise them somewhat, they were even re-clearing vents, reverse re-clearing the vents for a lurk. Like, these little details are things that I love to see.
Okay, Koi, realizing they gotta start having good starts into the half, just force buy into it. And honestly, the force buy is not too bad. You got 4 stingers. We got 1 Guardian. We got Camo with a Judge holding close A, and we kind of have 4 close B, at least 3. Does feel like Paddy's got a fast.
He's not alone, but Filo going to take over towards the backside.
Look
for the drop down in spots 1. Stereo going to try and readjust towards the front. Really nice readjustment there from him. But now Chaos kicks on.
Damn, bro, what the hell? Dude, people that use the Spectre recently, making it look sick, but no, just got a little bit greedy.
Judge. This is tricky now. 50 seconds.
I got the spike.
Get a plant. Opting for the pistol. It looks like silently closing the gap and a big upgrade. Flash in.
Planted.
Falls away. Filu unawares. Gets out of danger.
That was smart though from Camo. Flash near spawn like he was spawn and taking it. That was cool.
Was that a bait fake?
Yeah, it was bait fake close. That was awesome.
CT to make it feel like he's retaking from CT.
It's really smart.
I think that's kind of sick.
Let's watch it again. Is it intentional?
For sure.
You can't
Sick
see
round.
the flash until it pops, right?
Yeah, you see it when it bounces off.
One enemy remaining.
I'm not sure. I think so.
Okay, so what happened? He threw it into CT,
Yep.
and it's not visible until it pops.
Yeah.
And so he's completely outplayed him there.
That's actually kind of
Fake flash.
very nice. I've just been throwing my pistol all this time. Crazy.
The Heaton?
It's a classic. It is a classic. Literally, it is mostly a classic. For now,
Okay,
double
Kiko
digits for Koi.
got the gun to one-shot everyone.
Back down to the Ghost Sheriffs.
I mean, you're starting to see the writing on the wall. You can't ignore it.
Shot.
And Kiko starting to hit bangers. Serial again, looking really comfortable,
Wow.
even under all of this pressure on Chaos, and they cut off the other two. Shalos and Soulcast had to respect the utility that was eventually invested, isolating the players on the side. And Serial's comfort just comes into its own here. And now just Soulcast in a 1v5. And that's going to be 11 chances falling by the wayside.
It's insane. It
here,
feels
and
really
Koi,
rough for Koi because every single half they have,
them, but for Liquid,
it's just,
a positive step
they
in the
just
right
don't have a good
direction.
start.
Usually for Koi, I would be a fan of this simple B approach.
What was it, 5-0, 3-0, 4-1,
but the problem
and
is
at the moment this is 3-0.
do that grab well,
Oh, you're
and you've
welcome,
seen,
I'm always there.
I think in both rounds now, the impact of that stall.
Filu's got, I'm just looking at lifelines for Koi here, right? This is the round. If you lose this, you're kind of saying this is done. And this is their chance to even make it to playoffs here. This is everything that they've been playing for in those last games, those losses that Koi suffered. Is this where it starts and ends?
Well.
Riot already fallen.
Dude, he keeps on going. That's a
Filu
bit
trying
too
to
much.
backfill the space, but spotted by Kiko.
Okay, at least he
Filu
doesn't
takes
carry
the
on going and he
evacuation
waits
call
for his
out of there.
teammate. Okay,
Surprising
pressure
to see
created,
what
question mark
acceleration
created
towards B,
all over the map,
They're
instant.
gonna get it for free anyway, potentially.
Reaction?
Unless Liquid decide to flood in.
Stalled again though, up from heaven, the util coming in. That's gonna make it difficult. Eagle Eyes trained, and Grabino light work towards Serial this time.
Dude, that's actually
And
going.
Nat's still with the shot. They're just pulling bodies away, so they're gonna try and be proactive here, Koi.
Need to do something in this disadvantage situation.
Quite like it.
Kiko gets a kill, he gets his ult. They haven't been looking for this yet, this push. Like, no one's been looking yet. They might have good timing.
Their utility. They have to wait.
Oh, someone
There
just
has
looked.
to be everything at this point. A 1-for-1 trade, not enough. Grabino, are you still in this fight? A 2v2, they've won out on the site. They can accelerate towards you, they can hold him back. Kiko waiting. He's got the ult there, buying time as the defuse comes in. Grabino,
Well, what are you meant to
and
do
his
there?
chances are
Dude, they
ripped
handle these
away.
situations nice,
12
though.
rounds for
Okay,
Team
8
Liquid,
chances.
setting their sights towards playoffs.
He pinged it? Yeah, someone
think it's
definitely
nice that
pinged
that
it.
would just
It was
show
Fade,
Team
right?
Liquid
Fade was
are
the
one of
first to look.
best on this map. Right out of the gate, you saw them taking that A control, punishing the solo lurk from Flyo, and then more than comfortable to deal with the kind of pre-flood retake
Nice, yeah.
on the B side of the map. It's gonna need a miracle.
No timeout?
Look very calm and well prepped.
I mean,
They're
like, don't get me
super well
wrong,
prepped.
I know it's not looking good, but nothing.
If they've got a plan around the tail ult, then they've got a plan around the tail ult. And if the vibes are okay, you'd presume they wouldn't be amazing, but
I'd be taking a timeout.
yeah, I'm doing my best.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, but I'm taking a timeout. Mid ult going to be coming down from Nats there. Viper's pick going to be flooding. Ooh, nice attempt there. Quick trying to catch towards Camo. Patatek also going to be considered. This is information. Filu walking up ramp. Gets real close to this one. Oh, this could be big for Filu. Ah, outdone by a Prowler. Bye-bye.
It's the same we saw on the other side. It was the tail and
Just in
return to
case.
space. This time it's the Fade and the Raze.
Oh, nuts.
What have you got?
Oh, God.
Hello. Shadows.
That is a
I know what you're up to,
12-4
Nats.
play
All
right
too
there.
familiar with your
That
ways.
really is a
But that's a
12-4
pick. They're at
play.
35 seconds, they still need to decide where to go with this.
Yeah, Team Liquid, they do have 2 players towards the A side. But
When does
they're more
Patty
comfortable
get
to
his
play
fade eye?
these retakes.
10? Oh, he's in trouble.
Probably gonna have to.
Yeah, just gotta accept it.
All the way off for Camo.
Ooh,
He's
Camo.
up for the challenge. He's again in the fight here. Gonna
Huge
pop the ult,
from
just get away
him.
safely, really keep
Wants the
control
one
of
over
what's happening
towards
now.
side in
One's gonna
terms
come
of
down,
the
but we're in a
ult as well, so
4v4.
they don't have to worry around the map
Taking
about
the
that.
route back through vents. Oh my god, and Flyer gonna find Camo. Hold on. Bikiko's got a little bit of timing on this. They're mostly on the site now. Still tough to clear with the player disadvantage. 4 up to the good here for Koi. A chance
Ooh,
to
Flyer
survive,
wins both of
to
these.
extend play a little. Kiko goes down. Patatek and Serial should be outdone, but maybe not. Patatek in a 1v2. It would be miraculous. And it would be unlikely, but a nice try. But Soulcast keeps hopes alive for Koi now.
Yeah, I think Nat's doing a little bit.
Hang a bit,
control in the
shallow, mate.
middle probably set that
Good
one
see
up.
here as well.
I think that I think if Team Liquid focus up, take it a little bit more seriously, I think this is going to be fine.
That was a lot of ulto from Liquid, wasn't it?
It was. That is true. That is true.
3?
They did overcommit to that 4v5 retake. Euro ult used to try and get out. I liked it from Camo, but then the Astra ult used. You know, just
That's
Yeah, it's one of those where it feels like we're being overly critical. They're up 12 to 1, but still we're
forces
holding
them
to
down
that.
to an
true.
eco.
Yeah, like I did say about that discipline, and using ults in these kind of situations, these are the openings that a team will want to come back into a game. 12-5 is a lot, but
It is, it is.
Oh my,
gets
2.
the thing.
Flyer gonna be heads ringing around. Kiko doesn't win that fight. Oh my god. Paditech shouldn't
Why?
won that one either. No, Kiko didn't win that fight on the other side. Shados is gonna get his numbers. That was the push out towards B, but Paditech, free little upgrade. Sick.
Yeah, Philo just walking through a smoke with no util.
The silence that follows that is.
Yeah, Patitech did get info outside of A, so and there we go, confirms it. So going to be able to rotate towards A.
He's got his ult as well.
Are they really gonna win from an
But in
eco?
a decent-ish position.
Yeah, he wants to end it now. Fador, he's got Tever as well. Dude, it's so hard for them to get
Serio's
through
got
this
3
choke.
stars now.
Good shot for Fador.
A little bit of a trade out. They're gonna run low on time here though. 30 seconds.
Yeah, they did all dodge it,
There's bodies
and
on
they
the
get
side.
back a sight.
I'm getting nervous. That's fine. Again, Zero can take risks here, and Nats gets the reward.
Oof.
Punishing the cross. You're not
Big
being
shots,
the
though.
one to get to.
2
Fire
HP.
was already got the damage early on, down to 2 HP. This would be heroics. He's got 10 seconds.
10 seconds
He has to face his fate here, as this one looks done for. And it
And
is
very nicely done from Liquid.
secures
Actually
it.
smashed
Team
them.
Liquid 13-5, playoffs bound.